It's the Date Master, and yes, we're back again with another banger. No pun intended. So I'm not sure if you've seen the story of Fredo Bang. Fredo Bang is circulating the internet highways and byways due to him, looks like, confirming having two children by two LGBTQ women. You see them on the right. They're in a, I guess you would call it a quote unquote LGBTQ relationship. You see him on the left holding the two children, which you can tell has a not a significant age difference, but the age difference nonetheless confirming getting two of the women pregnant at different times, but in the same time frame. You must understand when you see these women confess that they're in a LGBTQ relationship, you see this all the time. I've seen countless women that have children all of a sudden go left. And you have to ask yourself, well, after 46 dicks, now now you want to try the same gender? That doesn't make sense. See, women can play around with their sexuality. Men, however, we really cannot. Some men can, depending on his value and status and utility, he can straddle the fence. You see P. Diddy. You have several confirmations and just observations of his behavior showing he swings both ways. Yet because of his status, he gets a pass. Now, this story hit home because I have a ghost story for you. This was years ago, maybe 2009. This is some years ago, right? I was working in a call center, and I came across this woman who was quote unquote LGBTQ. She had a girlfriend. We had mutual friends, one of my guys, and he can confirm this story. We had another chick. She was just kind of like a neutral party. So she invited us over one night, to play cards, drink, just kick it. So we go to this apartment. It's me, one of my partners, the chick, the neutral chick, and the chick that was LGBTQ. So we're chilling. Her girlfriend, which was the masculine stud, came home. She spoke, went into the other room. So a little time went by. The LGBTQ chick, we were playing cards, I think spades or something like that. She starts playing footsies with me under the table. So I'm looking at my guy, giving him the weird eye, what's going on? Because we're just chilling. We're not trying to do, it's just kicking it. The two chicks were cool. They invited us over. We went over there to kick it. So she's playing footsie with me. So I get a text. So she tells me, let's go in the room. Because, it's a 2-bedroom apartment. I can see the room that she's speaking about. I'm like, okay, bet. Because she's throwing out subtle flirts prior to her girlfriend arriving. So we go into the room and we get to business, for lack of a better word. So this is like she either had kids or it was something, but it was twin bed. It was a twin bed in the room, one of the old school beds with the wood frame hitting the wall. So we're loud. The stud girlfriend starts to beat on the wall. Not beat on the door trying to break in, but kind of like beat on the wall, like be quiet, as if this is a natural occurrence, because she was just too comfortable inviting me, to have sex with her while her girlfriend was in the next room. Again, now, why am I saying this? Because the internet is more prevalent now. You have these women confessing one thing, but living the total opposite. They're saying one thing, but their actions are saying something totally opposite. This is why you cannot take what a woman says as truth. You have to look at what she does. Now, if she constantly says and conveys a certain message, then you must take that as who she is. See, women think they're smarter than men, as I always say. So they try to come up with certain parameters as how you can observe and gauge them. So they'll say things like, don't judge me by what I say on social media. Don't judge me by what I do on social media. When That is who you are. That is what's inside. What is inside of you is what you're going to convey to the world. If you're an artist, you're going to show art to the world. If you're an intellectual, you're going to engage in intelligent conversations. If you're in a continuous ratchet conversation, if you're always talking about bullshit, you're a bullshit person. See, they try to control how a man understands and how a man reads a person, but and particularly a woman. No, you don't have the power or any authority to tell me how I should gauge you when I see you constantly convey a message every single day, like clockwork. You are what you post in a lot of cases. But then again, you are not what you post because, again, they straddle the fence. So you must be aware at all times that these women, they're not who or what they say they are. She'll claim one thing and be total opposite. And that's usually the case. If you see them conveying, I always say, if you want to know who the fast, quote unquote, fast women in, or the Jezebel women, just look for the women who's always reciting Bible scripture. Look for the women who's always into chakras and energies and fairies and waist beads and all of that type of shit. Those are the ones those are the easy targets because you have to ask, well, how did they get there? Because you just don't start off going to that extreme. You eventually get there by trial and trauma. Not trial and error, trial and trauma. You heard that here first. These women are not who they supposed to be. And again, you see the tweet. Fredo Bang said it himself. Stud cat is top tier. And you see these two women on the right. They're pretty attractive, if you ask me. The stud looks like, again, she's trying to be masculine, but if you put her in the dress, put her in her feminine, she's probably going to be a beautiful young lady. Now, the downside to this, because everything is always a cautionary tale, because these women, again, just ask yourself, how many LGBTQ great grandmas have you seen or grandmothers have you seen? You don't see them because as a woman ages, her libido increases. This is why she usually turns into a cougar. She cheats with a young, hotter male that she does not really need anything for, because if she played her cards right, she got a man to pay her way and has locked so deep into him that he won't leave her. So she has someone to pay the bills and the necessities. She's looking for the physical pleasure now. She's looking for the validation from a younger man now. You see? So what better simp to choose other than a rich rapper? So in the event that they mature, they come to the epiphany phase where they say, well, you know what? I actually do like men, because he more likely is dealing with them on a polygamous or a polygynous dynamic where the stud gets out of her masculine and into her feminine when he comes around, because he has the status, the money, and the presence. Hence, he was able to get both of them pregnant, right? But if that doesn't work, or when it does not work, when they say, you know what, okay, we're done playing the LGBTQ role, they have a rich rapper. If he, continues on his path and he's continuously making music and maintaining his position, if not elevating his position in the rap game, oh, okay, well, we broke up. Both of them get to put him on child support. Now he's on the hook for child support, right? These women play they play a wicked game. He doesn't know. He thinks he's in the power of position, which he is temporarily, until they get into it and fall out and go back to their natural way of living and being, which most women will do. Okay, and these are looks like young children, no more than a year or two, a year at maybe 2 years old max. Oh, in 2-3 years, they may fall out and say, well, he's still rapping. Let's put him on child support. Hook, line, and sinker. The internet is a lie. You cannot trust the internet. You cannot, and when I say trust the internet, you cannot trust what a woman says continuously, because if she's really like that in person, she does not have to tell the world that she is. She will show the reality of being that way. She will show the good home, the good man she's married to, the beautiful and healthy family that she's had with this man. She will show the fruits of their labor. She will show the fruits of her character. Don't get caught up in these messages that you see on the internet because they are not real. This is a prime example. So these things are tempting. Yes, they look tempting. Oh, I get 2 women. I get to have them both individually and at the same time. Oh, it's fun. But we want a baby out of the deal. Okay, let's have the kid. He may have wanted the children as well. But when they don't work and they say, okay, they split, you don't think both of them are going to go to the courthouse and put him on papers, put him on child support? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is why I had to bring in, the story, because again, how do I have a story from '09 that is almost relative or identical to this one, where a woman says she's into women when she really is not? Your nature will always show, and especially women, her nature is always going to show. This is why you don't see any great grandmas or grandmothers who are LGBTQ. But you guys let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.